Welcome back to our Women in Construction Week. A previous college student once gave me a book called My Mom with 13 Arms. He said it reminded him of me running projects, leading teams, teaching, raising my own family, barrel racing, and still finding a way to mentor and teach him with one of the arms that I had left. That book, it's not just sweet, but it's true. Because most women in construction are living that same story. We're managing projects and people, deadlines and dinner time, leading at work while holding life together at home. And somehow we're expected to do it all without dropping a single ball. But here's the truth. We don't need more arms. We need more alignment. For most of us, that means having a career that strategically and intentionally collaborates our personal and professional paths. In today's lesson, it's about focusing on your career and not the career that just follows available opportunities and open doors, but the kind of career that we custom design to align with our master plan vision. So today, this is what we're going to talk about. Define a clear career vision and end deliverable. This is where we will articulate a detailed long-term career vision that includes desired leadership level, financial goals, lifestyle alignment, and professional impact, creating a defined end state to guide strategic decisions. Then we're going to move into developing a structured career master plan and measurable milestones. This is where we're going to construct a step-by-step professional development roadmap, identifying key milestones, certifications, experience requirements, and leadership benchmarks necessary to advance intentionally rather than reflectively. Then we're going to move into develop a structured career master plan with measurable milestones. This is where we're going to construct a step-by-step professional development roadmap, identifying key milestones, certifications, equipment requirements, and leadership benchmarks necessary to advance intentionally rather than reactively. We're going to identify skill gaps and strategic positioning opportunities by assessing current capabilities, pinpointing skill gaps, and outlining actionable strategies, including relationship building and visibility tactics to position ourselves into opportunities for promotion. Then lastly, we're going to look at applying strategic planning. These principles are going to help us achieve financial and leadership growth. We're going to demonstrate how construction style planning principles, including clarity, sequencing, accountability, and review, in order to build sustainable career momentum that supports financial independence, career confidence, and long-term advancement. This session is about learning how to grow strategically, not just professionally, but personally as well. It's not about climbing the ladder the fastest. It's about checking whether the ladder's leaning against the right wall. You're going to learn how to use intuition, vision, alignment, and fluidity to create career growth that supports your life instead of consuming it. Because if your work and your personal world don't flow together, you'll always feel like you're living two separate lives, one at the job site and one everywhere else. Our goal is to make it one system that works, and it all starts with a master plan. Well, Not exactly. A master plan with a master vision. First, let's start by defining a master plan. My favorite quote is, if you can manage your life, you can manage a project. Construction management is the perfect occupation for learning how to organize and manage your life. Through evidence of all of the great projects that you are getting ready to or already have completed, you already have proof that you can make it happen from beginning to end. Now it's about applying it. We all know that a project does not start without a plan. The vision of the end deliverable has been created long before we ever walk on to a job site. The means and methods fall into place when we know what we are focused on. Using the analogy of a project master plan, we can see how closely they align. Goals are milestones, phases are seasons of life that we experience. Vision is the end deliverable. Creating a vivid, defined, and detailed vision is going to bring focus to the end deliverable of your project, our life project. We spend years training our technical skills, estimating, scheduling, managing budgets, but one skill we rarely talk about is intuition. Intuition is your internal GPS, the quiet voice that tells you when something feels off even before you can explain why. It's that gut feeling when a job offer looks too good on paper but just doesn't feel right. It's that sense when a team dynamic is shifting or when someone's words don't match their actions. Intuition isn't irrational, it's instinctual intelligence. It's your years of lived experience condensed into a split-second signal. The more you trust that signal, the more control you have over your own growth. Because growth isn't just about strategy, it's about alignment. And alignment starts with listening to yourself before you listen to everyone else. Every project begins with a vision. We define the end goal first, then we work backward to make it happen. Your career should be the same. If your vision only includes your title, you'll eventually outgrow it. But if your vision includes your life, your health, your family, your happiness, your career becomes much bigger part of the picture. Now, believe me, I'm not saying this to you as if it's an easy thing to accomplish, especially in construction. You have been unintentionally trained to create resistance and block your intuition. Construction is a male majority industry with designed workflows to adjust and support men. Men can have intuition, but it's often desensitized by the focus on production. They have continued to drive this same theme to women. Push through and get it done, not realizing that through the power of intuition, we're able to plan, listen, and approach with emotional intelligence. Intuition saves time, reduces risk, and creates a more satisfied career experience. How do you create vision and custom design the career of your dreams? What am I good at? What do I love to do? Maybe not even in a work sense. Maybe there's nothing that can distract you like a day of creative writing or reading a mystery novel. Time literally is non-existent. And then translate this into a work task that helps define a role in the construction industry that you may like to focus on. Creative writing becomes detailed daily reports or meeting minutes that capture the true sense of progress or delay on a project. Reading a mystery novel becomes finding an answer to negotiate a point on a change order that no one else could find in the specifications or drawings. Sometimes these skills are intangible jewels, hard to define, so I have included a link to a free survey that is a fun way to try to best explain and summarize your strongest genius talents. Once you know that, and then you can start focusing on the job that will align with the career that you want to have. Now that you understand your human design and have identified your genius zone, the next step is strategic alignment. Once you know that you know you, then you can start focusing on the job that will align with the career that you want to have. Self-awareness without implementation is just wasted insight. Construction offers many entry points and pathways, but not all experience is equal, and not all roles will move you toward the career you actually want. You must be intentional about where you choose to learn, who you choose to learn from, and what type of experience you are collecting. Consider whether your strengths align with a construction administrator path that transitions from site to office, a management track that progresses towards executive leadership, or a custom design position that blends technical and strategic responsibilities. Evaluate whether additional experience, a degree, a certification such as Construction Management Online, will strengthen your positioning. Some women will pursue ownership or entrepreneurship, building something of their own. The key is clarity. When you know how you're wired and what your genius zone is, you can select roles that energize you rather than drain you. Strategic alignment allows you to enjoy your work while you're building your future, not just enduring it. What does success look like to me? Not to my company, not to my peers, but to me. Maybe it's flexibility. Maybe it's financial independence. Maybe it's being there to drop your kids off at school without any guilt. Now, write it down. Define it clearly. Because when your work supports your life vision, you stop chasing balance. You start living it. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't serve your vision, you're saying no to something that does. Women in construction are used to saying yes. We say yes to extra shifts, yes to late meetings, yes to proving ourselves twice as hard. But alignment requires boundaries. If you want to grow strategically, you have to start saying no with purpose. No to the project that doesn't fit your values. No to the culture that doesn't respect your time. No to the version of success that costs your sanity. Because every no you give makes space for a stronger yes. Now, we've learned by listening to our intuition, we can create a self-awareness that's ready to elevate our life and our career. Having this awareness is key in knowing how to assess what tools or means and methods we must use to build towards our vision. This alignment may mean saying no to some of the offers of perceived opportunity, but really they're only distractions keeping us from accelerating our path. Alignment isn't resistance. It's redirection in the right direction. The phrase work-life balance really has always bothered me. Balance implies you're consistently teetering between two sides, afraid to fall. I prefer looking at it as fluidity. Fluidity means your work and your life move together, not against each other. It's when your leadership skills help you parent better, your organization habits make home life easier, and your empathy at home makes you a stronger communicator on the job site. Now, you're no longer juggling with 13 arms. You're integrating a collaborative life system. The goal isn't to separate who you are at work from who you are at home. The goal is to create a life where both flow in the same direction, steady, intentional, and fulfilling. You can build systems that serve both worlds. That's what killing 10 birds with one stone really looks like. Designing your life so every action creates multiple results. We can't talk about strategic growth without talking about money. Financial independence isn't luxury, it's about freedom. The ability to choose jobs based on alignment, not desperation. To walk away from toxic environments without fear. To build security for yourself and your family with no one else is going to control. You manage $1 million project budgets. Start managing your own with the same clarity. Know your value. Ask for it. Protect it. That's leadership, and that is your legacy. The wrong company culture can burn out even the most capable leader. The right one can turn your potential into peace. You deserve a company that values your whole life, not just your output. Don't just look for the best title, look for the healthiest environment, one that respects sick kids, family time, mental health, and humanity. Because the best leaders don't work for companies. They work with them in partnership, not sacrifice. When intuition guides your decisions, vision sets your path, alignment protects your time, and fluidity connects your worlds, your life starts to work like a well-designed project. No more silos, no more guilt, just clarity, purpose, and direction. That's what strategic growth really is. Not managing more, but managing meaningfully. Before you move on with the rest of your day, I encourage you to whip out your favorite colorful, inspiring journal and reflect on the following questions. Where in your life do you feel most out of alignment? What does your intuition keep trying to tell you? And what part of your vision needs more attention? What's one system that you can build this week that's going to support both your personal and professional life? Write it down, not as a to-do list, but as a promise to yourself. And when you do that, you don't just grow strategically, you live intentionally. And that's what being a leading lady in construction is all about. So if you have any questions, reach out to me directly. If you are interested in one-on-one performance coaching, team company mentorship, or jump on Amazon and purchase our latest career discovery book to help you intentionally and strategically design the career of your dreams.